Life opens up doors when you truly find your purpose. Know it's so much to explore. Feel less, live more. The world's big, stay the course, cuz. Hey.
Is it better to be atheist or Christian? That's what the people want to know. Is it better to be atheist or Christian? So when we say is it better, we're saying, which one is better for mankind, for the human race, basically. Like Michael Jackson would say, which one of you guys are actually out here healing the world, so to speak? I think there's a stigma with the atheist, and we assume that they're, and you guys can chime in, let me know, that they're angry, that they are bitter, that they hate everything, that they're mean people. And that's the stigma that we have over the atheists. And then with the Christians, I think there's a lot of confusion going on because nowadays we have people who say they're Christian, but the way they live their everyday lives is completely the opposite from what the good book says, and there are lots of excuses made for it. Possibly a lot of atheists say, I think maybe when they say they don't believe in God, it's that they're saying they don't believe in Jesus, or they don't believe in, Buddha, they don't believe in Krishna, and that sort of thing. They don't believe in Muhammad. So God, by definition, if you just look at the word and nothing else, then it's just basically saying it's a being that's worshipped as the creator and the ruler of the universe. It says a being believed to have more than human powers. Someone worshipped as divine. A being that has great power. So I'll be honest. When I look at that word and nothing more, and I consider myself to be someone that is striving really hard to be one with the universe, somebody striving really hard to do right by the universe. And and then, everything that we all go through in our everyday lives, it's like, look, for sure, I am more than human. I am superhuman. I'm out here trying to be a real life version of a superhero. So, if I'm looking at the definition, then I'd have to say, yeah, well, I'm super. I'm a woman. I'm superwoman. I'm a goddess. Is that such a horrible thing, basically? Is that such a horrible thing? That's the question. So I want you guys to chime in and let me know what you think about that. The other thing is, are atheists, are they spiritual? Heck, are Christians, for example, are they spiritual? Or are they just religious? Hey, these days of the week, we go here and we say this, and, we drink this, and, eat this little piece of chip when I go to mass, and I say these prayers. Hey, it's a wrap. So, our atheists, okay, let's say, what does it mean to be spiritual? What does it mean to be spiritual? If you ask my 2 cents, I'm going to tell you that, and you guys let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm on point. So I think spiritual it's this thing on the inside, and it's you versus you. I used to agree when the people would say, hey, if you hear voices, you're crazy. But the thing is, we all hear voices inside our own heads. We listen to them, we give them instructions, and I think all of us, just like the superhero movies, you know, we have that bad thing, and then we have that good thing, whatever you want to call it. And so it's kind of like our lower selves against our higher selves, like literally, like every second of the day, regarding whatever decision it is that you have to make. So even if you're atheist, you have that battle within yourself, whether or not you're going to choose to be a good person, or whether or not you're going to choose to be a bad person, whether or not you're going to choose to have, you know, ethics, morals, integrity, whether or not you're going to be fair to people when nobody is looking. So I think you guys would agree with me that, you know, that's something that atheists are struggling with, and, you know, everybody in the whole wide world that they're struggling with. So I would have to say that atheists can be, you know, and should be spiritual. They should be someone that's trying to overcome that lower self person and rise to that higher self person, to be, you know, more of one with the universe, you know, to basically not be a menace to society, right? I think my confusion with, let's just say, Christians, for example, my confusion with Christians is they say, okay, I'm Christian, you know, we go by this book, and, you know, these are our principles. And, you know, the principles that they say they go by, you know, they've changed. So you have people that are in the church, for example, you know, and it's very clear in the good book that it says, hey, you know, listen, the God got rid of a whole city, you know, based on, you know, what these people were choosing to do sexually with one another, Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, so, I mean, that's not something that's changed. And so what we find are churches they're giving excuses now. And again, this is just facts. I don't care what none of y'all do with your body. But the question is whether or not it's if it's a part of the law and a part of the order. I guess that's the question. You know, if all the guys are doing guys and all the girls are doing girls, then, you know, how are we procreating? You know, can we all just do what we want to do, or should there be well, here's the thing, at some point there was a law and order. And so now we have people that saying, hey, you know, let's change it. You know, the good book, if you're Christian, the good book talks about high holy days. And it talks about, you know, what it means to be a pagan or participate in pagan activities. And so, you know, now we have, let's just say Christmas, you know, for example. So we have people that participate in Christmas and participate in Halloween and Easter. And if you look at the origins of, you know, those holidays, you know, I think you'd be pretty amazed at the honest to God facts, not something that somebody's making up. You'd be amazed. And what we don't have today are people who even realize what the high holy days are, the Feast of Tabernacles, you know, the first fruit. So I think, you know, just the fact that it's kind of like the way the sun, you know, it comes up, it goes down, you know, it does what it's supposed to do. You know, it's true. If today it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, we would all be out of there. So there's this thing called mercy. But just say if the sun said, hey, you know what? Screw y'all. I'm going to do it different. I'm not coming up for the next 50 days. Right? We would be in trouble if winter decided, and as we can see, especially here in Texas, you know, listen, I'm not coming. I'm going to do it a little bit different. You know, if the grass decided it didn't want to grow and the fruit, they all decided, listen, we're going to go against nature and we're going to do what we want to do. A lot of us, you know, we be out of there. And so it's like, well, you know, what gives us that right? You know, we don't see frogs, you know, suddenly deciding to have relations with cows, or, you know, it's just like everything is decent and in order except for us human beings, and we've decided we want to do things our way. And if we look at the state of the world today, you know, common sense tells us that that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. We have fruit that will grow in the multitude. Apple, the way an apple, starting with the apple seed, and the way an apple grows, there's nothing that's changed. So what would cause us to say, you know what, I want to make an apple without the seeds? Yes, that is a brilliant idea. And so we understand for business purposes, that's what somebody may want to do. But the disservice that we do to ourselves as a result, you know, somebody created us. You can say, okay, even if we created us, we gave ourselves a divine law and order about things. The fruit, they reproduce itself. So if you're making fruit and it can't reproduce, that's going to be a foreign thing that's going to be in our body. And so if it's something unnatural going in our bodies, then, you know, certain growths will start to form and your body will have to fight it off. And, you know, maybe it can't fight it off because it doesn't have anything in it that was made for it, basically. So that's the kind of stuff we need to start thinking about, guys, whether we're atheist or, you know, whether we're Christian or whatever. You know, we have to start holding ourselves accountable for our individual selves, for our individual decisions, for the thoughts that we're holding in our minds, for the prejudices we may be walking around with regarding things we don't understand, or certain experiences that we may have had in this very, very, very cruel world. So I would just say, you know, maybe we should just kind of do without the titles. You know, if you say, hey, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God. But, you know, what are you really saying when you look at the definition of a God? You know, you're saying you don't believe in yourself? Fine, let's scratch that word God. You know. So I just want to make sure if you're atheist, then be that. You know, if you want to roll with the title, then be that. But at the same time, be a good person. Be a good human being. Be somebody out here that's striving to do right by the universe. Right? If you're Christian, I would say you do the same. You know, and I think the thing is that we should actually be judging each other. We really should. Nowadays, we've got to where people think they have a friend because they back them up in any kind of foolishness. That's not a friend. That's somebody that hates you. If you're wrong and they don't tell you you're wrong, that's somebody that hates you. That's somebody that's trying to help you see yourself to the path of destruction. So, and I would say even if you're not Christian, we all understand there's some good proverbs in that book that originated with the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's some good advice for, you know, anybody in your everyday life. We understand that what's happened is it's been a lot of remixing going on, and people have done what they wanted to do with it for their own religious come ups, basically. There's a lot of money that's involved. So, I guess guys, just tune in. Hopefully I'm making sense when I say be atheist. Be Christian, but be careful with those titles. Just, if you're not being a good person, when it's all said and done, does it really matter? I was doing a topic the other day just talking about karma, and people wasting, you just say, for example, I see a lot of motorcycles on the freeway, and these people they are just driving like they don't value their own lives, just weaving in and out of traffic and driving crazy and popping crazy wheelies. And so you'll see somebody do a post and say, oh my God, my brother was in a horrible accident, this man ran him over, we're gonna get justice, and then they skip the part, that their brother or their family member was, for years had been riding like a freaking idiot on the freeway. Oh my God, Uncle such and such he's sick with cancer and he's on his deathbed, and oh God, why are you taking him, Lord? Why are you taking him? We're not gonna talk about them 6 girls he molested. So we have to be really careful when we are judging, because you want to judge and you want to judge righteously. It's necessary to call each other out on our bullcrap. That's the only way we're going to make the world a better place. That's the only way we're going to make ourselves better, our households better. There's a lot of pain out here. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of poverty. People are out here hurting. And everything seems hopeless. And that hopelessness that you feel, I know it seems real, but it's not. It's not. We just have to change our mindset. We have to start thinking differently. We have to start feeling differently. We have to start educating ourselves, honestly, about ourselves. What we're walking around saying, what we're walking around believing in. I think that's an important thing. So, let's win this battle within ourselves, guys. I think that's why I started this channel and just said, hey, look, I'm the messenger. I'm started out as somebody, who realized my flaws, where I was going wrong, when I was thinking depressed, hopeless thoughts. What caused my brain to shift. And I need each of you guys to do the same. So just feel free to message me if there's anything that you're going through, if there's anything that you have a question about, anything that you're struggling with. Listen, there's people out here and they're willing to help you. Seek. The doors will be open to you. That's real. Seek. Don't give up. The doors will be open to you. So the question, is it better to be atheist or Christian? Neither. If you ask me, it's better to be a good person. It's better to be a good person. Let me know what you guys think. All right, till next time.
Life opens up doors when you truly find your purpose. Know it's so much to explore. Feel less, a little more. The world's big, stay the course, cuz